Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Summer Bridge Activities. I'm Mr. Sargent, and today we're going to be focusing on week 3, which starts on day 15, which is page 41. But before we get there, how much work have you done so far? See, it's okay to skip a lesson here or there because we are keeping track on our progress meter here, on this chart. So by using this progress chart, you're able to see lessons that you've mastered and ones you have to go back and still do. And it's okay to skip a lesson here or there, as long as you remember to go back to it. All right? Now, this week, we're going to continue talking about word problems, breaking down those. We're going to be dealing with what is a statement, what is a question, what is a command, what is an exclamation, the 4 types of sentences. We'll be doing a reading comprehension together, as well as learning a little place value and how to compare numbers. I am excited. Hopefully you're excited as well. Hopefully a lot of what we're doing today is going to be review. You've already done these lessons and you are ready to roll. But if not, use this video as a resource to help you achieve your summer bridge activities. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Here we go, page 41, and you know I absolutely love math word problems. I love them because they allow us to use our reading skills as well as our math skills. Now, the important thing to remember here is to identify a problem and solve a problem. It's that easy. So let's take a look at number 1. Aman has 9 baseballs. He finds 3 more. How many baseballs does he have in all? Okay, let's write down what we know. He's got 9 baseballs. He finds 3 more. Can we figure out just with that words what kind of problem this is? Well, there is a clue in the question. You see at the very end where it says in all? Well, whenever you say in all, it's going to be an addition. Very good. So let's create our problem. 9 plus 3. Well, what's 9 plus 3? Like we said before, you can solve this in a number of ways. You can use your fingers if you really need to. You can use counters. You can use a chart if you really need to. You can even use our friend, the number line. All right? But our answer should be 12. Now, we don't leave it as 12, do we? Because the question is asking us, how many baseballs does he have? So it's 12 baseballs. See how to write the answer? Now, beyond writing the answer, I would love to see what problem and what method that you use to solve these. So when we look at your summer activity book and we check to make sure that you've done your work, I would love to see the method that you used. All right? Definitely help me out as I learn how to teach you and what methods in math that you already feel comfortable with. Okay? Now, there are quite a few problems here. Make sure you're reading carefully and looking for those key words. All right? Like have left, altogether, in all. See, all of these words tell you exactly what kind of problem you need to solve. Now, we're going to continue next with, well, one of my favorite things. Now, we're going to continue on the back side of this page. We're going to stay on day 15 because I love to read with all of you. Now, this story is called A Place for Little Frog. Got a little picture of a frog right there. I love frogs. All right, there are 2 questions. Once again, look at number 7. Which sentence tells the main idea of the story? Now, if you remember from last week, we talked about and even watched a vocabulary video on main idea. So that should be a very easy question for each one of you. And number 8 is number the story and put the events in order. So whatever happens first, you put number 1. Whatever happens second, and whatever happens last. All right? Now, if you don't mind, I would love to take some time and read along with you. Okay? So, get on page 42, and it's a place for a little frog. Little Frog hopped out of the pond. "Where are you going, little frog?" asked the other frogs. "I'm tired of living in this pond with so many frogs," he said. "I need more space." So Little Frog hopped away. Soon he met a bee. He told the bee his story. The bee buzzed. "Zzz, you cannot live with me. You would get stuck in my honey." Next, the little frog met a dog. The dog barked and chased Little Frog away. "Living with a dog is not the place for me," said Little Frog. Little Frog hopped and hopped all the way back to his pond. The other frogs were happy to see him. They moved over to make room for him. Little Frog settled in, smiled, and said, "Now this is the place for me." What a fun story. And hopefully, because we talked about the questions beforehand, you were listening and following along, and you can identify the main idea and the three events that happened in the story. All right? Now, if you take a look at page 43, I'm really excited about page 43. Last week, we talked about the different parts of a sentence, how we need capitalizations, we need a subject, we need a predicate, and we need my favorite, punctuation. I love punctuation. Today, you are going to determine whether or not a sentence is a statement, a question, a command, and an exclamation. And I'm going to tell you a secret. Look at the punctuation. If you look at the punctuation, you should be able to tell what each one of these sentences are. You see, a statement ends in a period. It just says something. It's a statement. It's something that's true. The sky is blue. It's a sentence. It's a statement. All right? I am just saying the sky is blue. My dog likes to run. See, it's just a statement. Now, when we're having a question, it's going to end in a question mark, like this. Okay? Do you know what a question is? Would be a question. There we go. Those would end in a question mark. Now, a command, well, a command is a little tricky. Sometimes a command just ends in a period. That's when you're just saying something like, sit up, pay attention. You're telling someone to do something, clean your room. You see what I mean? Those all end in a period. But if someone's really, 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 really serious about the command, well, it's going to end in an exclamation point. Sit up, do your work, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. A command is like an order. You're ordering someone to do something. And the more serious you are, the change in punctuation will happen. And speaking of exclamation point, we have our final sentence, the exclamatory sentence. In the exclamatory sentence, you're showing real excitement about what you are doing. I am so excited to be a second grade teacher. You see, that would end on an exclamation point. You see, with punctuation comes emotion, and it changes the sentence completely.
Welcome to the punctuation party. We're end marks.
We're end marks? What do we do?
We do all kinds of cool stuff. We tell you when to stop. We tell you when a thought has been completed. We just
Slow down, exclamation point. The party's just getting started.
It is?
Hi, I'm a period, not the boast, but I'm the end punctuation you'll see the most.
Yeah.
I come at the end of a telling sentence. Those give information like I am a dentist. A sentence with the period is a statement. It tells or states some information. Use your normal voice anytime you read. A A sentence that ends with a little old me. Your voice might go down for the last few words. Mouthwash is good for killing germs. Yo, you'll see me in commands too. Those are sentences that tell you what to do. Check it, open your mouth, take a drink, gargle the water and then spit it in the sink. I'm the party goer who only tells. Soon you meet one who asks and one who yells. There are 3 punctuation marks you'll find at the end of every sentence. Oh my, a period tells.
A question mark asks?
Exclamation point show feelings to the max.
There are 3 punctuation marks you'll find at the end of every sentence. Oh my, a period
A
tells.
question mark asks?
Exclamation point show feelings to the max.
Do you know who I am? Have you seen me before? I'm the question mark. Would you like to know more? I'm at the end of questions, asking sentences like, why did you bite that poor old dentist? Questions often start with who, when, where, what, why, did, can, or how is your thumb now? At the end of a question, what does your voice do? It should go up like it's going through the roof.
Hey, I can't wait to tell you who I am and what I do. I'm the exclamation point. Yahoo! I come at the end of sentences to show excitement. I show strong feelings and I can't hide it. Exclamations are loud. I supply happiness, sadness, anger, surprise. Feeling in your voice when I'm around. Come on! Like if your finger gets bitten and you yell, ouch!
There are 3 punctuation marks you'll find at the end of every sentence. Oh my, a period
A
tells.
question mark asks?
Exclamation point show feelings to the max.
There are 3 punctuation marks you'll find at the end of every sentence. Oh my, a period
A
tells.
question mark asks?
Exclamation point show feelings to the max.
Well, this is the end of the song.
What should we do now?
I'm gonna read a book.
Well, I'm going on a big vacation.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Spain. I'm gonna flip myself upside down.
So as we look at these sentences on page 43, first of all, you can tell what type of questions they are based on the punctuation. But the ones, I would say 3, 4, and 5 all end in a period. So you have to read them carefully to decide if they are just a statement or if they are a command. I look forward to seeing if you can identify the 4 different kinds of sentences. Now let's skip ahead to day 18. Let's work with some math today. If you notice on this activity, it gives you a number. The first one is 26. And then right next to it asks you how many tens that would be and how many ones. So in this case, 26, well, what's in the ones place value? It's the 6, isn't it? So we'd put the 6 right there. And how many tens? Well, there it is. It's that easy. Don't overthink this activity because, ladies and gentlemen, by understanding place value, you know what the number is worth. You know how big or how small the number is. I think it doesn't get tricky until number 12. If we take a look at number 12, we have the number 100. Well, how many ones is that? Well, it would be 100 ones, but there's nothing in the ones place value, is there? But how many tens would that be? Well, let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. How many tens would that be? It would be 10. All right? So as you look at those numbers, see if you can figure out what's in the tens place and what's in the ones place. Now, the reason why I say all this is because if we skip to day number 19 on page 49, you will see there is an activity that asks you to compare the numbers. Now, when you compare these numbers, you write either one of 2 symbols. You write the greater than symbol or the less than symbol. Now, it may be confusing which symbol goes where, so I want you to remember, when you see this symbol right here, that symbol right there, imagine it has teeth. There we go. It is going to eat the bigger number. All right? So wherever you see the bigger number, it's going to have the opened area. All right? Take, for instance, number 1. We have 1 and 13. Well, which one's bigger, 1 or 13? 13, right? So our symbol that we're going to use is this, because it is going to be eating the larger number. Go ahead and practice this activity. This one is a little bit trickier. You have to look at the place values. You have to look at the numbers, not just the ones place value either, because if you look at number 2, you have 91 and 87. Which one's bigger? See, if we're only looking at the ones place value, you would say 87. But if you're looking at both the tens place value and the ones place value, you would say, well, 91 is obviously bigger. And we would change the symbol, wouldn't we? Good luck with this, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see what you do here. Now, to end this week, you'll notice after you look at day 20, which deals with some measurement, you see some bonus activities. There's some science experiments. It's awesome. Definitely try some of these out. Here we have the upside down water. Definitely, any experiment we do, please have parent permission and guidance on what you're doing. Do this with them. Parents love to do science experiments. All right. So we have the upside down water. We have the flying sheet of paper. You're going to make a paper airplane. If you want to do some social studies, here we have a map activity where you can create some maps. And then if you look on this one, it talks about the states. And on the other side, we have international cuisine. Listen, there's a lot of bonus material that you could do here. Now, the thing about bonus is it's not mandatory. You don't have to do it. But I will tell you, doing science experiments in the summer is the best time to do them. All right? I look forward to seeing all of your work. Keep progress. Make sure you are putting the lessons that you finish on your progress chart. Use those stars. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. And I cannot wait to see the work that we're going to get to do next week.